नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अध्याय 3 संबंध भाष्य। After reminding us what was taught in chapter 2, the discussion in chapter 2, and after stating what leads to Arjuna's question and how Arjuna's question as well as Bhagavan's answer, they are properly explained, if we accept the Siddhanti's interpretation in the interpretation of Bhashyakara. Now Bhashyakara is going to take on Vrittikara, his interpretation. Therefore, he is presenting Vrittikara's interpretation, how he interprets Arjuna's question as well as Bhagavan's answer. We will read. केचित्तु अर्जुनस्य प्रश्नार्थम् अन्यथा कल्पयित्वा तत्प्रतिकूलं भगवतः प्रतिवचनं वर्णयन्ति। केचित्तु, some people, referring to Vrittikara, who commented on the same Bhagavad Gita before Shankaracharya. Kechit Vrittikaraha, Bhashyakara uses plural, Adararthe Bahuvachanam. He is referring to Vrittikara with respect, though he does not agree with the Vrittikara. To respect someone, you don't have to agree with the person. You may disagree respectfully. That is why he is using Bahuvachanam. To disagree with the respect. Respectfully disagree. Kechittu, some people, Arjunasya prashnartham anyatha kalpayitva. Arjunasya prashnartham, the intention of Arjuna's question. Why Arjuna is asking a question in the beginning of this chapter? Already we have seen Bhashyakara's interpretation. Why Arjuna is asking the question? He has explained before. Katham bhaktaya shreyorthine yat sakshat shreyah prapti sadhanam sankhya buddhi nishtham shavayitva mam karmani drishtanekaarthayukte anekanarthayukte ityadi. Arjuna is intending to know among karma and jnana what exactly should he do, what is right for him. That is why he is asking the question. But the Vrittikara is interpreting differently. Anyatha kalpayitva. His interpretation is different from that of Bhashyakara. And from Anandagiri, we understand that according to Vrittikara, Arjuna is asking the question to ascertain that Samuchaya is the teaching of Gita. The intention of Arjuna's question is ascertainment of Jnana Karma Samuchaya. According to Vrittikara, in chapter 2, Bhagavan has taught Jnana Karma Samuchaya. But Arjuna is not very sure whether Krishna really means Jnana Karma Samuchaya or not. Therefore, he is asking the question to ascertain whether Krishna is really intending Jnana Karma Samuchaya or not. It is Arjuna's intention according to Purvapakshi, according to Vrittikara. That is what Bhashyakara refers to as Anyatha Kalpayitva, interpreting in a different way than acceptable to Siddhanti. Tat pratikulam bhagavatah prativachanam varnayanti. And bhagavatah prativachanam, Bhagavan's answer to the question, tat pratikulam varnayanti, they interpret it in opposite to Arjuna's intention. As opposed to Arjuna's intention, Arjuna is intending to ascertain Samuchaya, but Krishna's Prativachana contradicts Arjuna's intention. It does not confirm, it does not ascertain Samuchaya, because Bhagavan talks about two different nishthas. Lokesmin vivida dvidha nishtha. And then Vrittikara says, as an answer to this question, Bhagavan is talking about two different ashramas. garhasthya and sannyasa, ashrama vikalpa, option of two different ashramas. Therefore, even according to their interpretation, there are two different ashramas. And it is pratikula. It is in contrast with Arjuna's question, the intention of Arjuna's question, as interpreted by Vrittikara. Tat pratikulam bhagavataha prativachanam varnayanti. Yathacha. So this is one contradiction. Arjuna intends to confirm samuchaya, and Krishna's answer does not affirm samuchaya. Then there is another contradiction. Yathacha atmana sambandha granthe gītārtho nirūpitaha tat pratikulancha iha punaha prashna prativachanayoho artham nirupayanti. Also, there is one more contradiction in Vrittikara's work. Vrittikara has written an introduction to Bhagavad Gita. Just like we have seen Shankaracharya's interpretation, even Vrittikara has written his own introduction to Bhagavad Gita. It is called Sambandha Grantha, the introductory commentary. While introducing Bhagavad Gita, he made certain remarks regarding the purport of Bhagavad Gita. What does he say? We will see that later on. But then, in his introduction, he has made certain statements regarding the purport of Bhagavad Gita. But afterwards, in chapter 3, while explaining Bhagavan's answer as well as Arjuna's question, he is contradicting what he has stated in the introductory section. He is contradicting his own remarks in the introduction. Yathacha atmana sambandha granthe gītārtho nirūpitaha. As yatha atmana, by himself, by Vrittikara, sambandha granthe, in his sambandha grantha, in his introductory section, in his introduction to Gita, introductory work, Gītārtho nirūpitaha, how he has explained the meaning of Gita, the purport of Gita. Tat pratikulancha iha punaha prashna prativachanayoho artham nirupayanti. Iha, in third chapter, prashna prativachanayoho artham, the purport of question and answer, Arjuna's question and Bhagavan's answer, tat pratikulam nirupayanti, they explain as contradicting the introduction. their explanation of the question and answer contradicts the introduction. And Bhashyakara explains this contradiction. Katham, how they are contradictory. Tatra sambandha granthe tavat sarvesham ashraminam jnana karmanoh samuchchayaha गीता शास्त्रे निश्चितोऽर्थः इत्युक्तम् निरूपितोऽर्थः और निश्चितोऽर्थः is another reading. निरूपितोऽर्थः fine. तत्र संबंध ग्रंथे तावत् firstly, at first, tatra sambandha granthe, there means in Vrittikara's work. Sambandha granthe, in his Sambandha grantha, in his introduction, sarvesham ashraminam, for all ashramis, people belonging to all ashrama, brahmacharya, garhasthya, all, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, as well as sannyasi, for all of them, jnana karmanoh samuchchayaha, samuchchaya of jnana and karma, a combined performance of jnana and karma, Gita Shastre Nirupitaha Arthaha. It is the purport of Gita Shastra. It is the ascertained purport of Gita Shastra. Gita Shastra teaches a combined performance of jnana and karma as a means for moksha, and it is applicable to all ashramis. Ityuktam, this was stated there in the Sambandha Grantha. Punarvisheshitancha यावज्जीव श्रुतिचोदितानि कर्माणि परित्यज्य केवलादेव ज्ञानात् मोक्षः प्राप्यते इत्येतत् एकान्तेनैव प्रतिषिद्धम् इति. Also, in Sambandha Grantha, he has specifically stated Punarvisheshitancha. Punaha. Also, it was Visheshitam. It was specifically stated. What? Yavajjiva Shruti Choditani Karmani Parityajya. Giving up the karmas which are enjoined by the Shruti. And he has mentioned a specific Shruti, Yavajjiva Shruti. Yavajjiva Shruti means Yavajjivam Agnihotram Juhoti. One should perform Agnihotra as long as one lives. It is Yavajjiva Shruti. As long as one is alive, one should perform Agnihotra. That kind of Shruti Vakya is found in Veda. And Vrittikara has stated that if one gives up the karma which is enjoined by the Yavajjiva Shruti. Yavajjiva Shruti refers to the injunction of Agnihotra as long as one is alive. Karmani parityajya. If one gives up that karma, the karma enjoined by the Shruti, kevaladeva jnanat, and takes to only jnana, then kevaladeva jnanat moksha prapyate. One attains moksha with the jnana alone. Ityetat ekantenaiva pratishiddham. This statement, this idea, this view is ekantena pratishiddham, is definitely denied, definitely negated. Who says this? Vrittikara. Vrittikara has clearly stated that if one says just jnana leads to moksha, it is not true. Ekantena pratishiddham. Only jnana gives moksha. This contention is absolutely negated. So, according to Vrittikara, only jnana will not lead to moksha. Jnana combined with Shruti chodita karma, jnana combined with the Shauta karma leads to moksha. Jnana karma samuchchaya leads to moksha. Therefore, the Vrittikara negates the Siddhanti's idea. What is Siddhanti's idea? You give up the karma, take to only jnana, then you will get moksha. So here, this is Siddhanti's idea. If you just read, Yavajjiva Shruti choditani karmani parityajya kevaladeva jnanat moksha prapyate. It is Siddhanta. And the Purvapakshi says, Ityetat ekantenaiva pratishiddham. This contention is absolutely negated in Bhagavad Gita, according to Vrittikara. And this was mentioned in his Sambandha Grantha, in his introductory Bhashya. So this was in his introductory Bhashya. Sorry, introductory, not Bhashya, Vritti. In the introduction of his Vritti, he had made these statements. Now, when he comes to chapter 3, what does he say? Iha tu ashrama vikalpam darshayata yavajjiva shruti choditanam eva karmanam परित्यागः उक्तः. Iha tu. Iha means in chapter 3. While explaining chapter 3, there also, while explaining Bhagavan's reply, Bhagavan's answer to Arjuna's question, Bhagavan's answer is, Lokesmin vividha nishtha. There are two nishthas. then helplessly even Vrittikara has to accept ashrama vikalpa, option of ashrama, choice of ashrama. One can take to either sannyasa or garhasthya. Ashrama vikalpam darshayata. While explaining Bhagavan's answer, even Vrittikara accepts ashrama vikalpa. That is why he is contradicting his own interpretation of Arjuna's question. Because Arjuna's question, according to him, was intended to ascertain samuchchaya. Arjuna's question was meant for ascertainment of jnana karma samuchchaya. That was his interpretation. But when he is explaining Bhagavan's answer, he is accepting ashrama vikalpa. And if ashrama vikalpa is accepted, he is accepting sannyasa. And sannyasa is karmatyaga. And if karmatyaga is accepted, he is contradicting samuchchaya. So, iha ashrama vikalpam darshayata. In this chapter 3, he is showing ashrama vikalpa, the option of the choice of more than one ashrama, either garhasthya or sannyasa. Then what he is implying, if he has accepted ashrama vikalpa, by implication, he has accepted karma tyaga also. Because if you accept ashrama vikalpa, it means you are accepting sannyasa. And if you are accepting sannyasa, you are accepting karma tyaga also. Yavat jiva shruti choditanam eva karmanam parityagaha uktaha. Yavat jiva shruti choditanam eva karmanam. The karmas which are enjoined by yavat jiva shruti. Yavat jivam agnihotram juhuyat. That shruti. Parityagaha uktaha. Giving up of the karma is uktaha. Uktaha means implied. He does not directly say that, but it is implied. Because he has accepted ashrama vikalpa. Therefore, while explaining Bhagavan's answer, he is contradicting his interpretation of Arjuna's question, as well as he is contradicting his own introduction in the beginning. Tat katham idrisham viruddham artham arjunaya bruyat Bhagavan. Now, after showing the contradiction in Vrittikara's explanation, one might say that the contradiction is not there in Vrittikara, because Vrittikara is just explaining Gita. Therefore, the contradiction is there in the Gita itself, one might say. Therefore, Bhashyakara is asking, How can Bhagavan teach such contradictory things? Tat katham, how? Idrisham viruddham artham. This kind of contradictory teaching, contradictory message. Arjunaya Bhagavan bruyat. Bhagavan being Bhagavan. How can he teach such contradictory message to Arjuna? And if you say Bhagavan did not have any contradiction, Arjuna understood in a Arjuna understood it that way, then Bhashyakara asks, Shotava katham viruddham artham avadharayet. Shrotava, and also the Shrota, one who is listening, Arjuna. Viruddham artham, contradictory teachings, contradictory messages. Katham avadharayet, how can he understand without any conflict? How can he understand it? Therefore, the contradiction does not exist in Krishna or in Arjuna. If there is a contradiction, it has to be Vrittikara's fallacy. Fallacy in Vrittikara's own understanding. Then Vrittikara is coming and he is trying to defend himself. Maybe Vrittikara or anybody who supports Vrittikara. Tatra etat syat grihasthanam eva Shauta-karma parityagena kevaladeva-jnanat mokshah pratishidhyate natu ashramantaranam iti. So Vrittikara is justifying himself. Tatra evam syat. Tatra vrittau, in the vritti. Evam syat. This may be the intended meaning of Vrittikara. Vrittikarasya etat syat. Etat matam syat. This may be his understanding, his view. What? Grihasthanam eva. Only for grihastha. See here, he is trying to interpret Vrittikara's statement. Kevaladeva jnanat mokshah prapyate ityetat ekantenaiva pratishiddham iti. We have to take this statement of Vrittikara in his Sambandha Grantha. Yavajjiva shruti choditani karmani parityajya kevaladeva jnanat mokshah prapyate ityetat ekantenaiva pratishiddham. This statement of Vrittikara, it cannot be justified if ashrama vikalpa is accepted. Because if ashrama vikalpa is accepted, Shruti chodita karma is also given up in sannyasa. Therefore, this statement does not hold good. if ashrama vikalpa is accepted. And the ashrama vikalpa has to be accepted because Krishna answers in chapter 3, Lokesmin Vividha Nishtha. Therefore, Vrittikara has to justify this statement now. Yavajjiva Shruti karmani parityajya kevaladeva jnanad moksha prapyate ityetat ekantenaiva pratishiddham. He has to justify that statement. And he is justifying that statement. And he says, this statement is only for grihastha. You have to understand this statement differently. Who is not supposed to give up Shruti chodita karma? Only a grihastha. Grihasthanam eva. Only for grihasthas. Shauta karma parityagena. By giving up Shauta karma, Kevala devajnanat moksha pratishidhyate. By only jnana, Kevala devajnanat moksha is negated. Means a grihastha cannot get moksha only by means of jnana. That is what he intended when he made that statement. It's only for grihastha. Therefore, there is no problem in other ashramas. For other ashramas, let them give up Shruti chodita karma. Even without Shruti chodita karma, they can get moksha. But for grihastha, Shruti chodita karma is needed. Therefore, accepting ashrama vikalpa does not contradict that statement. Then Siddhanti is answering him. Etadapi purvottara viruddhameva. Even this justification is purvottara viruddham. Even this justification does not resolve the contradiction. Even if you accept that the statement is only about grihastha, still the purvottara virodha continues. The contradiction between what he said the purva before and what he said after, they contradict. Katham, how it contradicts? Bhashyakara explains, Siddhanti explains. Sarvashraminam jnana karmanoho samucchayaha Gita Shastre Nishchitorthaha Iti Pratijnaya Iha Katham Tad Viruddham Kevala Devajnanat Moksham Bruyat Ashramantaranam. To show how still the contradiction persists, Bhashyakara is reminding the Vrittikara about another statement that he made in the Sambandha Grantha. What has he said? Sarvesham ashraminam jnana karmanoho samucchayaha. For every ashrama, for all ashramis, jnana karma samuchchaya is needed for getting moksha. Sarvesham ashraminam ज्ञानकर्मणोः समुच्चयः गीताशास्त्रे निरूपितो अर्थः. He has made that statement in his opening commentary. And this present justification contradicts that statement. How? If jnana karma samuchaya is needed for moksha, for everyone, then how can he say now that only a grihastha needs jnana karma samuchaya for moksha? Other ashramas don't need jnana karma samuchaya. See now what he said. Grihastha needs jnana karma samuchaya for getting moksha. Only a grihastha needs jnana karma samuchaya. That means other ashramas don't need jnana karma samuchaya. That means they will get moksha only with the jnana. But earlier he has made a statement that everyone needs jnana karma samuchaya. Therefore, his effort to resolve the contradiction is leading to another contradiction. Sarvashraminam jnana karmanoh samuchayah Gita Shastre Nishchitorthaha iti pratijnaya. Sarvashraminam, for all ashramis, for people belonging to all ashramas. All ashrama doesn't mean Dayananda ashrama, Kailas ashrama, not that. All ashrami means brahmachari, grihastha, everyone. Jnana karmanoh samuchayaha. The samuchaya of jnana and karma, Gita Shastre Nishchito Arthaha. It is the ascertained meaning of Gita Shastra, ascertained purport of Gita Shastra. Iti pratijnaya, having made this statement in the beginning. Iha, here in chapter 3, Katham, how, tad viruddham, opposed to it, in contradiction with it. Kevaladeva jnanat moksham bruyat. For other ashramis, ashramantaranam, for other ashramas, kevaladeva jnanat, only by means of jnana, moksham, moksha. How can you say? How can the Vrittikara say this? Then the Vrittikara will try to reinterpret his own words. Will try to justify once again. Athamatam Shauta karmapekshaya etadvachanam kevaladeva jnanat Shauta karma rahitat grihasthanam mokshah pratishidhyate iti tatra grihasthanam vidyamanamapi smartam karma avidyamanavat upekshya jnanadeva kevalat iti uchyate iti. Jnanadeva kevalat na moksha iti. ज्ञानादेव केवलात् न मोक्षः इति उच्यते इति. Okay. Yeah. So now Siddhanti himself is presenting a possible defense from Purvapakshi's end. A possible defense from Purvapakshi's end is presented by Siddhanti himself. If you intend to say this, that is how the Siddhanti is putting it. Atha matam, atha tava matam. If your view is this, what? Shautakarmapekshaya etadvachanam. This statement, going back to kevaladeva jnanat mokshaha iti pratishiddham. That statement, kevaladeva jnanat mokshaha prapyate ityetat ekantenaiva pratishiddham. We are referring to that statement. If your intention in that statement is only with respect to Shauta karma. See, the karma are of two types. Even the karmas enjoined in the Shastra are of two types. Shauta karma and Smarta karma. Shauta karma are the karmas that are enjoined and explained in the Shruti, in the Vedas. And the karmas which are performed in Shautagni, they are called Shauta karma. There is a Shauta Agni, the Vedic way of kindling fire. One who has kindled a fire according to the Vedic injunctions, and he is maintaining the fire, performing Agnihotra every day. If he performs a karma, offering oblation to the Shautagni, then it is Shauta karma. Then there is Smarta karma. Many of our duties, like Kshatriyas karma, Yuddha ityadi, all these are Smarta karma because they are enjoined in the Smriti. And many other rituals are also Smarta karma. The karmas that are not performed in the Shautagni, they are all Smarta karma. Even Sandhya Vandanam is Smarta karma. So there is a division of karma, Shauta karma and Smarta karma. Now Purvapakshi might say that when he is saying kevaladeva jnanat mokshaha pratishiddhyate, then he is just intending Shauta karma, giving up Shauta karma, if one takes to jnana. A grihastha, if he gives up Shauta karma and continues to perform Smarta karma as well as jnana, then he will not get moksha. This could be Purvapakshi's view. See, now Purvapakshi has two challenges in front of him. One challenge is he cannot give up jnana karma samuchchaya. He has to maintain jnana karma samuchchaya as the means for moksha. Because he has already said, jnana karmanoha samuchchayaha eva moksha prapti sadhanam for all ashramis. In the meanwhile, he has made a statement. In the meanwhile, he should accept ashrama vikalpa also. So he cannot give up jnana karma samuchchaya. In the meantime, he has to maintain ashrama vikalpa. He has to justify ashrama vikalpa. These are two challenges in front of Purva Pakshi. If ashrama vikalpa has to be accepted, then he has to accept that even without karma, one can get jnana. But that he cannot accept. Because if one gives up all karma, takes to jnana, he will get moksha. If this is accepted, then his samuchchaya is gone. Therefore, Purva Pakshi is suggesting another idea now. There are two types of karmas, Shauta karma and Smarta karma. Let everyone perform Smarta karma, all ashramis. Let them perform Smarta karma and jnana. All ashrama should have Smarta karma. There is no ashrama without any karma. All ashrama should have Smarta karma. Now, for Grihastha, he has to perform both Shauta karma and Smarta karma along with the jnana. He has to combine jnana with both Shauta and Smarta karma. Then only he will get moksha. Whereas for the other ashramas, other three ashramas, performing only Smarta karma is enough. Let them combine Smarta karma with the jnana. Then they will get moksha. If this is accepted, he can justify his statement, Kevaladeva jnanat na mokshaha. Then he can say, then what he says, in his statement, Kevaladeva jnanat mokshaha pratishiddhyate, he is intending it for Grihastha. And for a Grihastha, giving up Shauta karma is not acceptable. If a Grihastha gives up Shauta karma and performs only Smarta karma and jnana, then he will not get moksha. That is his idea when he made that statement. Yavad jiva shruti choditani karmani parityajya ityadi. If this is accepted, if this model is accepted, then he can justify ashrama vikalpa also. And he can also justify his previous statement. Without disturbing his previous statement, he can accept ashrama vikalpa. So, see the bhashya. Athamatam tatra athamatam shautakarmapekshaya etadvachanam. This statement refers to kevaladeva jnanat mokshah prapyate ityetat ekantenaiva pratisiddham. That statement. It is shautakarmapekshaya. It is with respect to shautakarma. And he repeats the statement. Kevaladeva jnanat shautakarma rahitat grihasthanam mokshah pratisiddhyate. He restates the same statement now in a different way. Kevaladeva jnanat, purely by means of jnana, shautakarma rahitat, without shautakarma, grihasthanam mokshah pratisiddhyate. For grihasthas, moksha is negated. Iti. So for grihasthas, without shautakarma, moksha is not possible. For other ashramas, even without shautakarma, moksha is possible. That does not mean they need not do samuchchaya. Even they have to do samuchchaya. How? With the smarta karma. That is how he is safeguarding samuchchaya vada. Meanwhile, he is enabling ashrama vikalpa. Tatra grihasthanam vidyamanam api smartam karma avidyamanavat upekshya. Yeah, I think we have read this. Yeah. Tatra, there. Grihasthanam, for grihasthas. See, now he has to explain why kevaladeva jnanat mokshah pratisiddhyate is mentioned. Why? See, shruti choditani karmani, yavajjiva shruti choditani karmani parityajya kevaladeva jnanat mokshah pratisiddhyate is mentioned. But if we take this statement, he is just negating shautakarma. Shautakarma rahitat jnanat mokshah pratisiddhyate. That means without, here smarta karma is not excluded. Kevaladeva jnanat shautakarma rahitat. If shautakarma is excluded, smarta karma has to remain. Then how can he say kevaladeva jnanat? Only by means of jnana. Then he says, for a grihastha, if he gives up shauta karma, even if he performs smarta karma, it is as good as no karma. Because for a grihastha, smarta karma does not have any validity according to him without shauta karma. Tatra grihasthanam vidyamanam api smarta karma. Though smarta karma is very much there, avidyamanavat upekshya, he is just ignoring it. Avidyamanavat upekshya, ignoring it as though it does not exist. ज्ञानादेव केवलात् इति उच्यते. ज्ञानादेव केवलात्, दिस इज टोल्ड. इति. So now it seems as though Purva Pakshi has explained it properly, covering all the loopholes. But Bhashyakara says even this cannot be accepted. Even now there is contradiction. Etadapi viruddham. Even in this there is contradiction. What contradiction? We will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.